Hello and welcome to the Rowles Fieldhouse at the campus of Holliston High School. Today is Wednesday, October 22nd, 2025, and Holliston Cable Access Television is here covering the girls' varsity volleyball action as the Holliston Panthers host the Norwood High School. My name is Chris Berry, and I'm here with Jesse Conant, and we'll describe all the volleyball action.
Thank you very much, Chris. Before the game gets underway, we want to give a big shout out to our 2025 fall sports sponsors. So a big thank you to the Henry Studio. Another big shout out and thank you to the Holliston Superette, who are making those delicious Mudville sandwiches, Braggville sandwiches, and downtown sandwiches. A big shout out to Basil's Pizza and Subs for those delicious buffalo chicken calzones, Central Cafe, and Main Effort Financial.
No TV timeout.
Try to get one without the headsets too. You guys put them on real quick. Maybe you have to shut it. Of course, I'll have to find those.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and welcome to the Rowles Fieldhouse here on the campus of Holliston High School for tonight's Tri-Valley League matchup featuring the Mustangs of Norwood and the Panthers of Holliston. Before we begin tonight's matchup, we would like to recognize the seniors on senior night here in Holliston from Norwood. So please, seniors from Norwood, when you hear your name, please come on out to the center of the basketball court here and receive your lovely gift. We would like to recognize Kim Leah. Sophia Bernardelli. Isabella Morgan. Abby Curran. and Hillary Medeiros. We all wish you folks the best of luck in your future endeavors. All right, here's the exciting part of the night. We'd like to take a moment to congratulate our senior class this year. We have a group of 6 student athletes here tonight who have risen to the level of competition with a great deal of support from home. For that reason, our seniors would like to acknowledge and say thank you to their parents. Please let me introduce to you our seniors and their families. Captain Arnold Smith, accompanied by their parents, Melissa and Mark, their brother Harrison, their sister Michaela, and cousin Nina and Anya. Congratulations, Annie. Wearing number 9, Captain Grace Witten. Accompanied by Chris, brothers Henry and Jack. Unfortunately, after not making it at the moment, he is at soccer practice. And also added is her grandmothers, Donnie and Gigi. Congratulations, Casey. Wearing number 15, Lindsay O'Connell, accompanied by her brother, Kelly and John, their sister Caitlin, and grandmother Jackie. Congratulations, Lindsay. Wearing number 16, Lauriane Dos Santos, accompanied by sister Julie, with brothers Jonathan and family friends, Giselle, Sophia, Francia, Diane, Alicia, and Antonina. If we could have the families back down for a big family picture, I guess we're looking for a family picture for everyone. So if the families could come down and have a great family all together for our seniors. This is a little message from your teammates, seniors. We want to congratulate you on this big accomplishment and how far you have come. We know you will go on to do amazing things and create an amazing impact. Everyone is so proud of you and we wish you the best of luck in the future. We love and appreciate you all so much. Thank you for making this season so special for us, your teammates. Let's hear it for our seniors. We'd like to remind everyone that both Norwood and Holliston high schools are committed to the highest ideals of sportsmanship, as well as establishing a healthy environment for competition. We will not tolerate any negative statements or actions towards our competitors, band officials, direct staff personnel, or fans in attendance. We ask that you please be respectful of all those in attendance and enjoy the game. At this time, it gives me great pleasure to introduce to you again tonight the seniors of Norwood Mustangs. Wearing 0, Kim Rhea. Wearing number 4, Maddie Lyons. Wearing number 7, Sophia Maradonelli. Wearing number 9, Isabella Morgan. Wearing number 14, Abby Curran. And wearing number 14, Hillary Madero. The Mustangs are coached by Paul Niblet and assistant coach Lauren Plasko. All right, Panther fans, it's now time to give it up nice and loud for our seniors of the 25-26 volleyball. Wearing number 1, senior Otto Smith. Wearing number 4, Annie Stevens. Wearing number 9, Grace Whitten. Wearing number 11, Casey Miller. Wearing number 15, Lindsay O'Connell. And last but not least, number 16, Gloria Dos Santos. And the Panthers are coached by our great coach that we have. Let's hear it, folks, for Bob Scalacci and Joel Quincy, his assistant coach. At this time, I ask everyone to please stand before able. We ask you to please remove your caps so that we can honor America tonight with a special guest singing, one of our captains, Autumn Smith.
Okay, I'm gonna try my best.
Bob has hundreds of...
1 second, sorry.
Shreds and bright stars through the
All right, Jesse, we're ready to roll here.
Yeah, Chris, excited to get this match underway. Holliston comes in tonight with a record of 9-7. They're ranked number 23 in Division II, and their opponents here tonight, Norwood, is 7-10.
So although that's a 23rd rank in D2, Holliston's actually ranked a little bit higher. The rankings didn't take into account last night's game, which was a huge win against Ashland, who was ranked number 15th in D2 last night. And they beat them 3-1. It was really, really rough start last night with that game. They kind of got blown out in that first set, but then the sets 2 through 4, they turned it all around, ended up winning very convincingly. This is a huge win for the program because we're on the onset of the playoffs with the MIAA tournament playoffs, and that's going to bump their standings up just a little bit. And the hope is they finish the regular season pretty strong, defeating Norwood tonight, hopefully, who's actually ranked 28th in Division II, and moving on to Dedham on Friday, and that'll end with a 4 or 5 game win streak.
That's great, Chris. And, one of their bigger wins of the season against Westwood on October 6th, and they've really had losses against really strong and highly ranked opponents all season. That's been a consistent theme for Holliston, and the TVL as a whole has been really strong with Bellingham and Medfield Huffington at the top, followed by Holliston and Westwood and Ashland. So this should be a good matchup tonight, and looking forward to seeing how we do.
Absolutely. So Grace hit that last one into the net, unfortunately. Definitely going to get Coach Bob boiling a little bit, but
Sure.
Hopefully they can turn it right around and get this serve receive. Nice little dig by Corinne. Good hit by Lindsay. And Norwood hits it right back and hits that one corner, Jesse. That is tough. If you're hitting the ones in the 5 corners and the back corners there, that's definitely going to be to your benefit.
Nothing really we could do there. That was a great placement. Absolutely.
Again, it's looking like Holliston's a little bit nervous right now, probably for all the big festivities for senior nights.
Yeah, that volleyball just came right into our kitchen right there. So the announcers are staying on our toes early right here.
Absolutely. Nice little dig by Autumn. Oh, got that one over. That was good hustle. And Norwood could not handle the hustle of Autumn, who sang an absolutely beautiful national anthem earlier. She mentions she's not really a singer, but you definitely wouldn't know it for that national anthem early on.
Chris, that's what we call karma. You sing the national anthem and you go out and you start scoring points.
Absolutely.
Love it. Love to see it.
And Annie Stevens on the serve right now for Holliston. She typically has a deadly float serve. That one was pretty good, going right to the back row. Norwood hitting it back, though. And Corinne Bailey with one of her nice spikes. And Norwood could not receive that ball, went out of bounds for Holliston's point.
Solid point there.
So Annie's doing what we call a jump float serve. And it kind of knuckles on over and then drops pretty quick. Corinne with another smash, but unfortunately hit too much of that right out of bounds.
Unfortunate there. That was a solid hit.
Yeah. So Norwood's up 4-2, and they have the serve. And it looks like senior Maddie Lyons with the serve. Right back to Autumn. Corinne just gets it back over. Sometimes you just got to dig those out and hit it right back over. Another big smash by Corinne. She got it on the court that time. Oh, not sure about that one. Hit the speaker up top. Norwood got it back over. And Lindsay with a nice little tap. That was sneaky. Norwood was able to receive it. And Corinne, another big smash.
Great rally there, Chris. That was fun to watch. Good effort by both schools.
And that's what we love to see when Corinne's hitting it, snapping it, hitting high contact, and snapping it right down onto the court.
Man, I'll tell you, if hustle were homework, this team would have straight A's right now, Chris.
Love it. Love it. So Lindsay O'Connell serving for Holliston. And so not sure if you know what that is, Jesse, but that was a misalignment.
Don't see that every day.
No, you do not. So Norwood was set up incorrectly. Somebody was crossed over the wrong person in their setup, and you do lose a point when that happens.
Good to see the rules official on top of that one tonight.
Nice smashing hit by number 8 on Norwood. And Grace does a little sneaky push and just dumps it right over to Norwood's campfire area.
It's a crafty veteran play right there.
Absolutely. So Grace Witten, another one of the seniors for Holliston. Lindsay on her 3rd serve, I believe. Norwood handles that one pretty well, hits it back over. And Corinne hit the net on that. Thought they were going to give her that one, but she hit that one right into the net. And unfortunately, Norwood's point there. So we got a server for Norwood, number 9, another senior, Isabella Morgan. Hits it right over to Corinne. Grace with a nice set. Corinne with a smash.
Wow, impressive.
Right into the 6th zone.
Absolutely. That's what we call a spectacular play in our business.
I love it. Just keep those phrases coming all night, Jesse. Fortunately, Casey kind of shanked that serve. Casey, one of the other seniors for Holliston, number 11. And let's hope she gets it back on the next one. Usually she fixes it right away.
Absolutely.
Last night, I believe she only had 1 missed serve last night. Really strong server at Ashland last night. Autumn Smith handled that one well. Grace tried to do a little sneaky dump. Does another one right to the campfire.
Great play, great play.
Scores that point for Holliston. Nice job, Grace. And we got Elsie Huang coming in for Corinne. So typically what's going to happen is Corinne's going to play the front row as the outside hitter. And Elsley, junior, Corinne's a sophomore. Elsley, number 12, is a junior for Holliston. And she'll come in on the serve and play the back row. She has another excellent float serve, just like Annie does. Oh, a little mishandle by Elsley. Casey almost ran that down into our middle schoolers who are here watching the game tonight as well.
It's always important to keep those middle schoolers on their toes.
Ooh, that was a sneaky serve. That thing dropped real quick. By number 8 on Norwood, Brenna Forbes. Loriani is in now for as the middle. Another one of the Holliston seniors, number 16. And big smash right into the block. And drop right down on Norwood's side. So that's another point for Holliston.
Man, that block was so strong, it should have come with a building permit tonight. Impressive work by Holliston there, Chris.
Very impressive.
Love to see that.
So Loriani with the hit, with the kill shot, and now she's serving. Okay, received well by Norwood. Elsie does a nice receive on the Holliston side. And Annie with a little loop shot down to the middle. Lindsay tried to go up to block that one, but too much length.
Just unlucky there.
Yep, too much length by the middle on Norwood. Number 13. That was Abby Curran that hit that right over the attempted block by Lindsay. And the libero for Norwood on the serve, number 14, Hillary Medeiros. Holliston handles it, smashes back over, and Norwood taps it over. Grace with a nice set for Annie. Annie with a good hit. Looks like it's almost going into the net. Norwood saved it though. Autumn with a nice little dig. And comes in with the, too much strength on that one. Just got to snap that down a little bit, and just kind of sailed it out of bounds.
Competitive early going here, Chris, with Norwood with 9 and Holliston with 8. A little back and forth action thus far.
Yeah,
no one's really able to build any momentum, it seems, thus far.
If I remember correctly, a couple years ago when we did this commentation, they were also playing Norwood on senior night. And it was the same thing, back and forth, back and forth.
It's true, I remember that as well. Competitive match
Absolutely.
then, and it looks like it's going to be another competitive one this evening.
Yeah, Norwood has a 2-point lead now, 10-8. With, again, senior server Hillary Medeiros, who's their libero. And Autumn with the receive on the serve. Nice little set by Casey. Grace just sends it back. And the outside hitter hits it out of bounds for Norwood. Number 4, Maddie Lyons, a little bit too much strength on that.
Yeah, that was good eyes by Elsie there on the back line, watching that go right out. That was a tough one to take, but she did, and point there for Holliston.
And this is going to be one of the keys for Holliston as they get ready for the MIA tournament, hopefully in the next week or so. They're going to need to communicate much better. So this is a new little change of the rule this year, Jesse. She just got called for a double touch as she sent it over. They're not calling double touches on your own side, so you can set it with a double touch. You can bump it initially with a double touch, but you cannot hit it back over with a double touch. They would definitely call that point for the other team. Grace with the point on her serve.
Yeah, that was an impressive. That passport, that ball had no passport. It's not coming back over. An impressive serve. Good point for Holliston there.
Grace with a nice serve. Oh, that set it up nicely for Andy, but she wasn't able to get that hit over. And does another one straight to the libero on Norwood. Real smashing hit. Wow, that was impressive. So a little back row hit by number 8. Looks like sophomore Brenna Forbes again with a nice big smash from the back row.
Talented athletic play there, for sure.
And that looked like server number 20, Zoe Fleming.
Ooh, nice point.
Who's their setter? I even missed that one. What happened on that one? All right, so Holliston with the point. Looked like a little miscommunication on Norwood's part after their good serve. So if you notice, Jesse, the setter for Norwood is way up in the back corner. You can see the girl in front of her because you don't want the setter to get this first touch. But you do have to hit it in bounds for them to even attempt to touch.
Yes.
And that was another sailing serve out of bounds for Holliston. So you'll see the setters for the teams when they're playing the back row get hidden back there because they don't want them having the first touch because then they're out of their setter position. Nice one up into the rafters and too many touches for Norwood. So point back to Holliston again, back and forth. Holliston's up 13-12 now.
Those catwalks are a tricky home court advantage there for Holliston. Got to play the catwalks.
Without a doubt, without a doubt. Nice serve by Lindsay, number 15 for Holliston. And another huge smash by number 8, Forbes, on Norwood. But too much strength on it, and it went out of bounds. Holliston did a nice job letting that one go. And are up 14-12. Another good serve by Lindsay. So if you notice on Lindsay's serves, it's not necessarily a smashing serve, and she tends to drop it right around the 10-foot line, and that leads to a timeout because she actually hit it in the back row there to the 1 zone.
Yeah, that serve, it's familiar. It reminds me of my GPA during finals week, just dropping like a stone. You think it's going, everything's good, and then it just drops right in there, and you're leaving everyone befuddled.
You just can't do much about that.
Can't do much about it. No, sir.
So a little timeout here action that gets us into being able to talk about some of our sponsors right now.
Yeah, and I want to, talk a little bit about Main Effort Financial. And, they're a great company, great financial company, and they're a fiduciary, of course, so they're acting in their clients' best interest. And I don't know about you, Mr. Perry. I know you're a little bit older than me, but, of course, still young at heart, and you might be thinking about retirement in the next few years or so. And Main Effort Financial is great with glide path planning for, your retirement needs and really personalizing, what it is you'd like to get out of retirement. So a big shout out to Main Effort Financial for all the things that they do financially.
Excellent. Thank you. All right, so Lindsay's back up on the serve. And she's trying to keep this Holliston run going. And again, she's smashing it today. Usually she doesn't hit it that hard, but that was a nice one. It's a little roll shot, they call it, from number 8 on Norwood.
Okay.
And Corinne smashes it back, gives Loriani a chance to hit it back over, but they received it. Grace sets up Loriani for a nice smash again. Norwood receives it again, though. And the setter hits a nice one over to Grace, who handled it, setter to setter. And Norwood's setting up their setter for another hit. Loving this. Setters don't usually get the hitting action. Oh, Loriani taps that one over, and it was not handled. Not very clean hit, but not handled by
We'll take that point
Norwood.
anyway.
They will always take
Chris,
those
all
points.
that back and forth action, my neck is getting sore. You know, a good chiropractor, all this back and forth action tonight is just, it's a lot for me.
I wish I knew one that was local. Nice hustle by Grace with the dive. She almost pancaked that one. Holliston hits it back over. Again, they're taking out the setters in this set. Casey sends it back over to Norwood, who handles it nicely. Sets it up for Lions. Another big smash. Luriani almost had that one. Good enough where Casey could have handled it, but Holliston fumbled that one. And it's back to Norwood on the serve. So number 9, Isabella Morgan, one of the seniors, and the middle hitter for Norwood. Nice little drop to the campfire. Corinne handles that nicely. Casey with a nice hit to the 5 zone. Those are really tough to get to. Oh, and back and forth, a little pinball between Grace and Casey. They were able to handle it, hit it back to Norwood. And Lions with a little hit into the net. That was a nice little volley back and forth there.
17-13 Holliston right now. Still tight.
And Casey's on the serve. Norwood received that one nicely, but hit it out of bounds. And point goes back to Holliston. So Casey on her serve. If you notice with Casey, she does that little walk up, doesn't really run into it, doesn't jump on it.
Yeah, unique
Very
but effective.
Yeah. Unique but effective, that was the best way to put it. And I think someone might have hit the net on Holliston's side. So that happens more than you would think, where the front row people, middles a lot of times will hit the net slightly. If their hair hits it, they're not going to call that, but if any other part of the body hits it, they'll definitely call it. Nice towering serve by Norwood. Sets up Corinne for a hit. Unfortunately, couldn't get it over the net. So consistency is going to be key in this game. Just getting that ball over and making Norwood play. They have to make Norwood play here.
That's right, earn it.
Okay.
Or that's.
All right, we'll take those missed serves.
Yep, absolutely.
Holliston's misserving, Norwood's misserving. Getting all the uglies out in the first set here. That has Holliston up 19-15, and it looks like Elsley's in for Corinne on the serve. And you notice there was no rotation on that ball. Did you notice that, Jesse?
Yeah.
Really nice serve by Elsley. Really hard to gauge where that ball's going. Nice little pipe shot by Elsley right down the middle in the back row. Handled, though, by Norwood. Elsley handles that hit by Lions. A nice little sneaky push over by Norwood. And their middle hits it out of bounds. Too far. Holliston with the point. Yep. Another timeout by Norwood, it looks like, which I believe is their second.
Not afraid to call the timeout and blunt the momentum that Holliston is building. Smart move by the veteran coach for Norwood.
Absolutely. And this sounds like another chance to give us a little shout out to some of our sponsors.
Yeah, Chris, I know you're a fan of calzone and some good food, and as longtime Holliston, teachers, have you ever gone to Basil's and maybe picked up a calzone or two from there before?
So when the restaurant knows you by name, you go there a lot. So yes, absolutely on my way home, I go there often and during the school day.
It's a fantastic restaurant. Teachers here in Holliston love it, and it's a great sponsor for us as well. So thank you, Basil's, for everything that you do.
And shout out to the Greek family at Basil's. We were both history teachers and loved teaching ancient Greece, and they go over there every summer as a family.
Love that. Great tidbit right there.
Nice smash by Elsley. That was a beautiful ace by Elsley.
That was excellent.
Right in front of 14, the libero.
What another spectacular play there by Elsley. Impressive work.
So we need more of that, more aces. And that way the ball's not coming back over to your side. Another drop. Wow. It's a second ace in a row for Elsley.
Dealing aces here tonight.
Absolutely. So we'll be honoring Elsley next year. She's a junior this year, so next year will be her senior season. And I get to see Elsley quite a few throughout the off season because she does club volleyball. And I've been coaching club volleyball for quite some time now.
Excellent.
So I get to see her at some of the tournaments. Nice little tip over by Grace there as a setter. And Loriani with the big smash again. She's been hitting that block, and the ball's dropping straight down to the ground on Norwood's side.
You know, looking at that block there, that ball was rejected faster than my friend's proposal, Chris. Just absolutely, you know, right up and then right back in your face, you know? What a block.
Not naming names, right?
No names. No, wouldn't do that, of course, on HCAT, but, you know, it's happened.
And Elsley's on a nice little run. Nice setup for Loriani. She wasn't quite ready to hit that over. Nice. Autumn sent her back, but she was able to dig that ball out. And Annie sets it up in the back row. A little fumble by Norwood, but they handled it. Elsley with a nice pass over to Grace with the set to Loriani, and too far out of bounds.
That's too bad. That was a great effort by Autumn there, digging that out. She looks like an archaeologist out there, just digging.
Oh,
impressive work. But
funny you said that. Funny you said that, because Autumn actually wants to get into archaeology.
It's very interesting.
So she's hoping to go to a 4-year college and study anthropology, archaeology, and she's really hoping to get into some sort of an archaeological dig pretty soon too.
We need more archaeologists. We need more people that are willing to go out there and roll up their sleeves and investigate.
Without a doubt.
Love it.
And nice serve by number 8 there for Norwood. Oh, that's what we want to see from Loriani. A big one-handed smash. Nice little snap on it. Hit it right down where Norwood could not receive that ball. That's what we want to see more of. And she gets rewarded with her own serve here. And Holliston is up for the game point, 24-17 in this first set. Nice serve by Loriani, handled nicely by Norwood. Sends their setter back. And that was a back row hit right into the net, which gives Holliston the first set win. And we are up 1-0.
Great first set. This team's really serving up some drama and intensity so far. If we keep it up in these next match.
Absolutely. So I think since it's senior night, this would be a good time to talk about some of these awesome seniors that Holliston has here. So a little fun facts, tidbits. So Autumn, who might as well go with her. We were just talking about Autumn with a nice dig in the last set. And Autumn is the youngest of 4 siblings, all of which I've taught at the Rams Middle School.
Lucky guy.
Lucky me. So started off with Harrison, then had Michaela, then Aiden, and then Autumn also. Got to teach all 4 of those Smith kids. And Autumn started playing volleyball at the middle school as an 8th grader. Unfortunately, I did not have the opportunity to coach her because I was coaching the 7th grade group, and we used to split them up between 7th and 8th grade. And that was right after things started opening up during COVID times. She's been playing club volleyball for 4 years now. Started in 8th grade and continued on to 11th grade. And what you're going to notice, Jesse, is a lot of these kids who keep playing, unless they're multi-sport athletes, they'll keep playing during the off-season in club volleyball, and you can just see their skill set get so much better as the year goes along.
Of course.
She is also a 2-sport athlete who plays lacrosse in the springtime. And she, all 4 years, has been her class president at the high school. So she does a lot of good stuff in the clubs. For instance, at the high school, there's Food for Good. She's also in the club Words for Warmth. And she works at the Holliston Grill as well. Whenever she has time, which I don't know how Autumn has time because she's doing so much good work with the clubs and being class president, captain of the volleyball team, also playing lacrosse. Busy schedule.
I see here as well that, Autumn's slang saying, and you'll have to apologize because I am a little bit older now. Her slang saying is "I cooked." Now, for you and me, does that mean like you go into the kitchen and like cook something on the stove? I don't think that's what the kids are saying these days. I think it's more "I cooked." It's kind of like, I just did something really good. Like I just dominated. I did something great. Is that fair to say?
Yeah, I know some of the Gen Alpha slang, and "I cooked" definitely is meaning more.
So can we say
you're just toast?
So then can we say the team there just cooked in that first set?
Yeah.
Is that fair to say, or am I off base?
I think so. Holliston went on a nice little run at the end there, and they definitely got them cooked.
All right, that's great. That's great. Thank you, Autumn, for that. nice use of slang.
Fantastic. And to finish up with Autumn, just what she wants to do, she's hoping to study anthropology, as mentioned earlier, in college, and archaeology. And her favorite subject this year was AP Euro, and math. That's an interesting combination.
It's a diverse set of academics right there.
Not
Quite
too,
impressive.
Not too many social studies teachers and people in the social studies history field, archaeology, anthropology field who are also impressed with mathematics.
Right you are. Right you are.
Although the strange thing is, if I was not teaching history, I would definitely be teaching math. So I'm kind of with her on that.
It's good balance to have there.
Absolutely.
It's the yin and the yang right there.
And Autumn also is a huge hiker, so she goes away every summer on these nice camp hikes for a month at a time. And her favorite place to visit is a mountain up in Maine, the highest peak in Maine, over 5,000 feet, part of the Appalachian Trail, called Mount Kahadin, which is on my bucket list, Jesse. I don't know about yours, but it's on my bucket list. It's supposed to be a very challenging hike.
It is. Been up there years ago. Beautiful
cold.
place.
It's cold.
It's a classic New England experience for sure. Absolutely.
And back in action here. Norwood had the serve on that one. Casey hits it nice and hard over. And Norwood receives it. Autumn sends it up towards the net. Grace handles it with a big hit by Lindsay, I believe. Yep, Lindsay's up in the middle. And Autumn was not able to dive after that one. She's trying to hustle. That was a really good spot right in the seam between the back row, two back row players in the 6 zone and the 5 zone. And this is a setter for Norwood, number 20, Zoe Fleming. Oh. And that would have been a really difficult shot to get back over the net as the pass got sent out of bounds.
Once again, keeping us on our toes over here, the incoming volleyball.
Almost right at us.
That's right, Chris. I would have protected you. Don't worry.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Always appreciate you having my back. Annie with a nice little float serve, drop right in the middle, and they calling her in the net. Yep. So the setter, that just got sent her right into the net, and Norwood got called for being in the net there. So point to Holliston, 2-1. Ooh, Annie, nice little ace.
What an ace.
Just like the ones Elsley was hitting earlier. And those float serves are really tough to read because they come smashing over and then they just kind of knuckle down and drop really quick. It's really difficult to react to that. You have to read it, react quick, and pray you get it bumped up.
Right.
And she's mixing it up. She hit that one right to the face of the libero, who was not able to handle it, and it went out of bounds. So Annie's on a nice little serve roll here. Nice serve run. So Annie is the eldest of 2 siblings. Her youngest sister is Lucy, and she started playing volleyball at Rams, also in grade 8, as you can see. So unfortunately for the senior class, they didn't have a grade 7 at the middle school for volleyball because all the sports got shut down at the middle school, and so they had to join our program as 8th graders.
No, right, right.
And Annie's been playing club volleyball for 4 years as well. Started in 8th grade all the way to her junior year last year. And she is a tennis player as well, so another multi-sport player.
You know, Chris, I can't help but notice this is another one of our seniors who is a big fan of history, European history. That's fantastic for a couple of history teachers to hear that. They must have had some great learning experiences with their history and social studies teachers throughout their time.
I'm not sure if I want to brag, but I'm pretty sure I have both Autumn and Annie.
A happy coincidence.
That's
a happy coincidence, Chris.
Absolutely. And her hope is to visit the pyramids of Egypt.
Truly majestic. Wow, fantastic.
So Holliston did get that point back after losing it. And then Lindsay's up for the serve, number 15, another senior. Nicely received by Lindsay after her nice serve. Corinne with a big smash. Again, Norwood was not able to handle that one. Just want to see more of that tonight. Oh, referees are discussing, which gives us a little time to keep talking about our seniors here. So Annie, so again, as I mentioned, she also plays tennis. And what you're going to notice is sometimes tennis players the way they're swinging the tennis racket, similar to how they're going to swing on a serve in volleyball. It doesn't always happen. What I was told by her tennis coach is she actually swings the tennis racket more like she swings the volleyball serve. So it's kind of opposite.
It's very interesting. You know, I like to see those cross-sport parallels. You know, we see that a lot in golf as well. A lot of our players are hockey players and baseball players, and there are some parallels, these carryovers between the sports, which I think is a benefit. And certainly, you know, for Annie, in this case, as a tennis player in the spring, certainly helping out her volleyball here in the fall and vice versa.
Absolutely. And she's also part of the DECA program club, which is a college and high school club. It's called the Distributive Education Clubs of America, which is one of the nonprofit student organizations that helps kids wanting to get in as leaders into the careers in marketing, finance, hospitality, and management, even though she actually wants to study biology in college and, as you mentioned earlier, loves history and European history. So Holliston's in a little bit of a funk right here. As a really good server is getting Holliston what we call out of system. They're just not able to handle it, can't get it to their setter, and the ball goes out of bounds or hits the floor. A nice receive on Corinne by that. Nice set by Grace, which gets it to Casey, who taps it over. And right back by Norwood. Getting ready for Loriani with the hit, but Norwood was able to handle that one. Their setter, she is smashing the ball over today. Setters love hitting. Rarely do, that's in. That was a great roll shot by Corinne. Not sure if she meant to, but she got it right towards the back line there against Norwood for the point. And that was a nice way to stop that Norwood run there. We were getting pretty close. Holliston's up 7-4 right now. Casey with really nice drop on her serve. Sends Norwood a little bit far out of bounds on that swing. Loriani with the hit. Just got to time that jump right. She's having a little bit of issues this year with her timing on her jumps. Started getting it back last night against Ashland. As I mentioned earlier, really ugly first set last night against Ashland, the Holliston team had. Yeah. But they came back and won the next 3 sets for the big win.
Excellent.
Especially since Norwood is ranked currently higher than Holliston at 15. It's going to really help Holliston creep up. That was excellent. I think that was Grace on that smash. Again, the setters are getting point after point tonight. Not typical to see the setters hitting for attack points.
Yeah, these Panthers, they're not pouncing tonight. They're spiking tonight.
They are. And that gives Elsley a chance with the serve. Nice float. Sends the setter a little bit out, and the hit goes out of bounds again for Norwood. So Holliston with another point. So this is really good. Holliston serves are definitely making Norwood work at it tonight. And that's what we want to see each set. All right, and again, Libero couldn't handle that one. That was definitely going to drop in the back row. Looked like the Libero wasn't quite sure, and this leads us to another timeout, which is going to give us another time to talk about another one of our sponsors.
That sounds great. We want to recognize and shout out the Henry Studio again for being one of the 2025 Fall Sports sponsors. If you've ever had any work or photographs done by the Henry Studio, top class, absolute professionals. You know, I'm not going to, name names, but, there's sometimes people that might not be the most photogenic. Henry Studio, they're just making everyone look like an absolute rock star and superstar. They're just top notch. So thank you for all the work that they do for making us look the best we do in those photographs.
That's fantastic.
And of course.
And I'm not sure if everybody heard that huge roar during this timeout. Looks like Coach Bob's doing some of his joking with his teammates over there. Now that they're on a nice roll, being up 10-5, that led to another Norwood timeout in the second set.
I think levity is important in the heat of competition. Just take a deep breath and helps you to refocus a little bit, right?
Without a doubt. I noticed with the JV team, Coach Bernstein coaches the JV team, he has them doing those deep breaths in and out every time his team's, getting a little bit off the game plan, and it really reels them back in.
Love that.
Nice little float serve again, mishandled by Norwood, but they were able to recover. Gives a free ball back over. Casey handles that, and that leads to a Loriani smash. right to the middle there.
Really impressive.
Yeah. So when you get those nice receives with the good pass, Grace is able to just set up whoever she wants to from the middle, from the outside, from the right side. And Elsley, again, putting Norwood on their toes. Look at how far back they got pushed.
Absolutely.
Nice set again. Grace did a nice little tricky one again with a little back tap. And Norwood was not able to handle that. Looks like we had an almost injury by Norwood, but no, she's looking pretty good.
Maybe some miscommunication there on Norwood.
Yeah, it's tough when the setter's being sneaky like that. Oh, referee's calling them over. Not sure why. Just checking to make sure she's okay. Yeah, this is a good referee. We have him a lot in the middle school games too. He's got a good sense of humor.
Looks like some good sportsmanship there by both teams.
Love it. And
wouldn't expect anything else, of course.
Back in action. Holliston up 12-5, now 12-6. Elsley sailed that one a little too far. Went on a nice little run though. Keep that lead at 6. And big smash. Oh, that was going to drop right on the back line. Again, this ceiling is tough to work with. That just hit one of the straps up top there.
Got to play it as it bounces.
It's really difficult because once it hits those metal ones, those metal beams, ball's coming straight down. Oh, nice little hit. Again, the setters tonight. Point after point. It's another point for Zoe Fleming.
Yeah,
in the setting position.
Yeah, she's played very well for Norwood tonight. Only a freshman, but definitely playing well with varsity here.
That means Coach Bob's going to deal with her for 3 more years after this.
That's right. Good communication here by Holliston.
Nice receive. That was a little mishit by Annie, but effective for the point.
A little bit of a changeup right there, right?
Yeah. She looked like she was going to smash that over, and she didn't quite connect right, but it went right to the campfire for the point, which gives Loriani another chance to serve. We should start talking about her as one of the other seniors, number 16. Nice little ace hit again, and here comes another ball, Mr. Conant. Thank you for saving my life on that one. So Loriani being the middle sibling of 3. Giuliani and Jonathan. Got the coach Jonathan in track. Jonathan's also a volleyball player. He plays for club volleyball. Fortunately, Holliston does not have a boys program here, but he was able to get himself onto a club team. Just like his sister Loriani's been playing club for 4 years. And Loriani started out in the 8th grade as well at the middle school. And she is another dual sport athlete who also plays lacrosse in the springtime. And as we mentioned earlier, with Autumn being the class president, currently Loriani is the senior class secretary at the Holliston High School. She's a National Honor Society student. She's also part of the St. Mary's in town local youth group. And she is the founder, actually, of the high school club Words of Warmth.
Yeah, very impressive stuff here, Chris. And, you know, looking ahead to college, it looks like she wants to continue to study social science, looking at pre-med at New England College, potentially studying to be a pediatrician. So just congratulations to her in wanting to continue her academics in this way and have those great goals for herself. Totally admirable and fantastic for her.
And really mixing it up as far as her favorite subjects go. She's saying AP language and composition, along with anatomy, and along with physiology. That's a nice little mix there.
It's quite the potpourri of subjects and strengths for sure.
Yep. And Loriani was also able to teach back in the 7th grade during those strange online classes for half the year and then in person for the other half. So all 5 out of the 6 of the seniors I had as students back in the 7th grade. The only one I didn't have was Grace Whitten. And Loriani is hoping to go back and visit Brazil. Loves to visit Brazil.
Fantastic.
Nice little receive there. Good set by Grace over to Casey. Now they do a little switch. I don't know if you noticed that, where Casey and Annie are switching.
Okay.
Because they're positioned in the opposite ends, but they got to get to their hitting positions. Casey's more of a right side. Annie's more of an outside. Andy handles this one nicely. Gets it. Oh, I thought he was not going to call that. That unfortunately was out of bounds. It did not go over the on-court side of the pin.
Match is currently 16-10 Holliston.
We're keeping that 6-point lead as we go through here. Second set. And that brings the setter for Norwood, freshman number 20, Zoe Fleming again.
Looks like there may be a dispute or question on the scoring
right
now. Looks like the coach and scoring is currently having a discussion about that.
And looks like it's a 5-point lead now. So he was correct. Maybe?
Looks like it, Chris.
So interesting, this happened at Ashland last night too. There was actually 2 missed points, we think, that Holliston was missing. And they ended up only giving 1 of the 2 back to Holliston. But didn't matter. They handled their business and got the extra points they needed to win this set.
Sure thing.
That's what you got to do. You miss points, you lose points. The other team gains points. You just got to keep
going.
Playing. Keep playing. Annie, nice hit right into the block though, and Autumn with a big hustle play, but unfortunately could not get that back in play for Elsley or anybody else to handle. So Norwood's creeping back here by 4 points, down by 4, and that leads to a timeout by Holliston. First one of the match. And this will give us some chances to talk about some of these other seniors. Let's go with Grace Witten. So Grace is the Holliston setter, number 9. She's one of the captains. And I failed to mention earlier, Autumn Smith is one of the captains. Mariani is another captain. And Grace is the 3rd captain. And she's the eldest of 3 siblings. She has 2 younger brothers, Henry and Jack. And she started playing volleyball also in the 8th grade at Rams. And then she only played club volleyball for 1 year, mainly because club volleyball season is in her next sport, which is basketball.
All right,
and she's been playing basketball all 4 seasons for the Holliston High School, which makes it really difficult to play club volleyball when you're right in the middle of the basketball season as well. Elsley with the big dive there. She couldn't quite handle that one. And again, only a 3-point lead right now. So after that timeout,
Norwood showing some grit right now.
And again, impressive serving by this freshman, number 20. Impressive setting, impressive serving. So nicely received by Autumn on that serve. Casey with a big smash. She loves hitting it from the outside, even though she's been playing right side. Okay, and sets Casey up. Yeah, kind of fumbled that one into the net. Wasn't quite balanced. Ball center out of bounds a little bit.
Looks like Norwood's gone on about a 5 or 6 point run here.
Yeah. Coach Bob is not going to be happy about this.
A little bit of a tilt of momentum here.
Without a doubt. Nice receive by Autumn. Right to Lindsay, but out of bounds. Oh, we got it right on the line. All right, he called it on the line. Norwood coaching staff not happy about that. He was right in front of where it landed.
That is a tough pill to swallow for Norwood. That was right in front of them there, Chris.
It's tough though. It's got a little shine going on the floor, so you can't always see where those lines are, especially in the back. That one was right on the sideline, and Holliston was given the point to start that big run by Norwood. And fortunately, Corinne hit that one right into the net. Nice little set by Grace. Gave the point right back to Norwood. Gives them another chance to get a little bit closer. And just to finish up with Grace, she's hoping to study environmental sciences in college. And her favorite subject was AP Environmental Science.
Fantastic.
And another one close to the line. Oh, Norwood coaching staff is not happy. That was a really difficult one. He's questioning where that was. I'm going to be honest, that was right in front of us. I couldn't tell if that was on the line or not.
I couldn't either, Chris.
That ball was spinning.
It's a tight match with some tight calls.
Yep. So that gives Lindsay the serve, possibly. Unless the referee is going to change his call, which it looks like he is not. And that's always tough. If you think that ball's in, or out, I should say, they call it in, vice versa. You want the point, you don't get it. It's really, okay. Yellow card. So that would be for the assistant for Norwood. All right, not too often you see yellow cards in volleyball games. I'm not going to lie, I almost got one in coaching club volleyball this past season.
Yes.
Arguing with a ref, you know, it happens. Like
Yep.
you get in the moment, and sometimes it's hard to hold your tongue. It's hard to be animated, and I think the assistant coach for Norwood is a little bit too animated. And now they're doing some discussions. And again, this is arguing over two very, very close out of bounds calls.
It is tough.
They call both on the line.
You know, from the Norwood perspective, they're grinding and fighting to come
They
back,
are.
you know, and they were
need
building
every
up some
point.
positive momentum. And then
Yep.
it looks like a, 50-50 call on their sideline right by the coaches, which could have gone either way. Didn't go Norwood's way. And then the very next possession, the ball down on our side here, looks like it was another 50-50 call that did not go Norwood's way. So
yeah, it's always tough as a coach
it's
to
always
handle
tough.
those. But, you know, as I always tell my team, so what? It's a point. You lost it. Play it, get those points back, and try to get tied up and then get back on top.
That's right. That's right. Let the players play and dictate the terms. No one else.
Correct. So while Kenny's talking to the referee, not sure what about. Maybe it's to hope they're not kicking one of those assistants out. Doesn't look like that's happening. Here we go again. Referee's going to talk. Captain's coming over. Court captain's coming over to talk with the referees. And I think they're just trying to reset and get a nice clean ending to this set.
Yeah, a lot of good communication going on here. It doesn't seem like tempers are raised too much. It's more just trying to clarify and make sure everyone's on the same page here.
Right. This gives us a little bit of time to keep going with our sponsors here for today.
You know, all of this volleyball action here tonight, and especially with this, you know, the competition heating up here, you know, it really is building up a lot of thirst. And I could really, you know, maybe taking a trip down to Central Cafe to help both whet that appetite and help, you know, get a nice drink, maybe a cup of coffee or something might be a nice idea. So
once again, when the place knows you by name, you know you're there a lot.
So Chris,
they know me by name.
So Chris, I can't help but notice that some of our fantastic sponsors here know you by name.
Yeah,
you know, that's very interesting. It sounds like you have you know, experienced quite a lot of the culinary you know, institutions here in Holliston, and
you got to mix up the palate.
That's right.
You know? So Central Cafe, a very underrated breakfast area to go to, has excellent sausage, egg, and cheese sandwiches, bacon, egg, and cheese sandwiches, just regular egg and cheese sandwiches, croissants, muffins, bagels, whatever you want in the morning. I don't drink coffee, but I've heard very good things about their coffee.
Absolutely,
as well.
It's one of my go-to places for having that nice, you know, breakfast sandwich with a nice, you know, cup of coffee. It's a great way to start your day for sure. So thank you, Central Cafe.
And of course, convenience store also. You buy some lottery tickets there too. Isn't it in the like 600 million or something crazy like that already?
Something like that.
This is a big break in action.
This is a very
big break in
interesting.
action.
Yeah, I'd like to get information here about why there's such a delay.
Yeah. I think everybody just needs a little reset and just play the rest of this game clean. Norwood's having a good time though. The athletes are out there dancing. They're getting themselves hyped up.
Yep.
Holliston's getting themselves hyped up. Looks like they're ready to play.
Back to action here. Holliston serving 18 to Norwood 15.
And we got Lindsay O'Connell on the serve, number 15, one of the seniors, middle hitter and blocker. Nice little drop on that one. Mariani pushes it back over, back to the setter on Norwood. And again, their setters are being sneaky. Oh, that was libero, sorry. Their setters are being sneaky and just doing a little push tap, so back over.
Wonder if that's intentional strategy that they talked about before the match.
Yeah, sometimes it is. You just got to watch for it. Some coaches don't like when that happens with the setters, but you know, if it's purposeful and has intent, then why not try it? And Annie from the back row didn't have enough strength on that hit. I don't know if you heard that flap with the hit. It was kind of like hitting her fingertips. Didn't really get a good smack on that ball.
18 for Holliston, 17 for Norwood now.
Really close nail biter right now in the second set. And Corinne almost mishandled that one on the receive. Autumn sends it back over to the back, which is nice. Pushes Norwood back. Huge, nice little receive by Autumn with the dig off the basketball hoop. Settles it for Grace. And Loriani.
Fantastic.
Nice corner of the shot there. Nobody was there.
Might have been the point of the night right there, Chris.
Without a
Fantastic
doubt.
rally by both teams.
Yeah, getting up by 2 on this. Gives you a serve back. Casey coming back. Number 11. Gives us a little time to talk about her. So Casey's the eldest of 2 siblings. Her younger sister Haley is also up at the high school. She might be a sophomore, I believe. And I was able to coach Haley in track and field.
Excellent.
So Casey, like most of them, actually unlike most of her teammates as seniors, she actually started playing volleyball as a freshman. Oh, that was another very close line shot. Very close.
That's close.
But Holliston got the point, got the attack point again, and that leads to another timeout by Norwood. So finishing up with Casey, again, she was also a club volleyball player, played for 3 years, starting as a freshman in 9th grade, all the way until last year as a junior. And she doesn't do another sport, but she's a gym rat. So she works out at the gym, also loves to go on walks. So I'm a huge fan of doing the walks, especially out in nature.
And Casey, looking ahead to college, wants to, like we talked about earlier about cooking. I think in this case for Casey, I think she actually likes to bake, not just quote unquote cook, but to bake.
In the literal sense.
In the literal sense, yes, thank you. And it looks like she's going to want to study business and marketing in college, and she's applying all throughout the United States to such fine academic institutions as San Diego State and BC, NC State and Villanova. So good luck to Casey for applying to these great schools.
And she had her favorite subject as chemistry and biology. San Diego State, quite a few Holliston students go to San Diego State.
That's a popular school for Holliston folks, it seems, through the years.
We were just talking with one of last year's seniors, Izzy Glenn Smith, give her a shout out, who actually goes to San Diego State right now. And she was back home visiting for this week. She ended up going to the Ashland game last night.
Wherever our Holliston graduates go, they're going to dominate wherever they go. Whether it's across the country to San Diego State or locally, they're going to dominate wherever they go and whatever they do.
And Karim with a nice dominating hit right there. And Loriani, again, they call that the roof. And she goes right up with 2 hands and mushes it right back over. And Norwood was not able to handle that net hit. So Holliston builds a nice little 3-point lead, if my math is correct. 21-18. So junior Elsley Huang with the serve. And another ace for Elsley. Norwood's libero was not able to handle that. Shot it right out of bounds.
Elsley just dealing aces tonight.
She is.
Impressive work.
And nice, again,
another
mixing
ace.
it up. See that one? Off
fantastic.
speed.
Yep.
Hit it over into the 1 zone, and the DS back there just was not able to handle it. Again, nobody knows where this ball is going right now. Hopefully Elsley does, though.
She just aced that
very
serve.
Purposeful.
No study needed.
Yep. And now something's happening. Is this injury sub, maybe? Not sure. She might have messed up her fingers on that for Norwood. Yeah, it looks like an injury sub. Not sure. That was an interesting call. Not sure what happened there. And it gives Elsley another chance for the serve. Right back to the libero. Pushes the setter back. And the outside hitter was not able to handle that one. She got sent right into the net. And that's one of the good things about the back row serving is it just pushes the entire team back away from the net. Makes it more difficult for the front row players to get a good hit.
Fantastic. Another ace by Elsley.
And that was to finish this set, 25-18.
What a way to win it. That serve was so smooth it needed its own theme music right there, Chris.
Maybe we can get Autumn to come on over here and start singing.
Why not?
Beatbox.
Let's do that.
All right, so it looks like we got one more of our awesome sponsors for this game to chat about before we finish up with our sponsors there during this timeout.
Yeah, and we want to also, of course, recognize another one of our 2025 fall sports sponsors, Holliston Superette, who make such fantastic sandwiches and always have supplied the teachers here in Holliston with such great food over the years. I've never gone there and been disappointed with anything I've had there. And most recently I've been in a little bit of a corned beef type of mood recently.
Very underrated.
Very underrated, and and when I want a good corned beef sandwich, the place I go to is Holliston Superette. Their Mudville sandwich there is just top notch, and doesn't matter time of day, the year, the time of the year. Anytime the corned beef sandwich, the Mudville there from Holliston Superette, it's going to be a great day.
And I'm a huge fan, especially during this season. Now it's getting nice and cold, of their soups, especially their corn chowders. Their chili is excellent, and I'm not sure if you know about this, Jesse, but chocolate chip cookies that they freshly bake every afternoon.
Delicious.
Perfect.
Delicious.
Exactly what you want.
And not only is the food spectacular there, but it's also the people that make Holliston Superette great. So many great, awesome people that work there. Friendly smile, community members. Yep. It's just a lot
of former students.
It's a great Holliston institution. So thank you, Holliston Superette, for being one of our fall sports sponsors.
And for all our sponsors. So we have one more of the seniors to chat about a little bit. I believe that would be Lindsay O'Connell.
Right you are.
So number 15, she's a middle hitter, middle blocker, also played outside hitter in the past. She's the youngest of two siblings. And her oldest sister, Caitlin. Again, O'Connell family, great family. Got to teach Lindsay back in 7th grade. She, just like her teammates, started playing volleyball at Rams in the 8th grade. And she is another dual sport athlete for the seniors. Kind of like Grace, she's also on the basketball team for Holliston High School. And because of that, she's not able to play club volleyball in the off season because the basketball season is just too demanding in the winter for high school sports. Looks like Lindsay is a member of a bunch of clubs throughout the year. Something called the Leo Club, not sure what that one is. Food for Good, Words for Warmth, and Circle of Hope.
These clubs, all these clubs and different experiences are so great for Lindsay, and it's really setting her up, for success, not just in the short term, but certainly the long term. And it looks like she's thinking about studying elementary education in college, and looking like with this, experience and resume that she's built here at Holliston High School, getting into studying elementary education would be a fantastic opportunity for her. We need more great teachers who want to work with students. So good for Lindsay for thinking about that as a potential avenue for a future career for her.
And her favorite subject, nice little shout out to our Mr. Venetian at the middle school, our co-worker. She is a huge fan of math. So he must have done some good stuff there with her at the middle school.
Yep. Absolutely. I couldn't help but notice here, Lindsay, her favorite place to visit here is the Bahamas. That's a beautiful island. It's actually where Mr. and Miss Conant got married many years ago now. So Lindsay has a great taste in tropical destinations. So good for her.
Great pick. Great
pick.
And these seniors also have a wide variety of favorites that they have. A lot of them, okay, they're animals. Love talking about different types of animals. So sticking with Lindsay here, she is a huge fan of the alpaca.
Yes.
Ever been to an alpaca farm?
I have. My wife is a big fan of the alpacas. They are quite the majestic creature.
Yep.
Loved by many.
An underrated fur.
Underrated
nice
fur.
Winter hats, scarves, gloves.
But lovely
plush animals, whatever you need. So,
on to our third set here.
Yeah.
Holliston gets the first point here.
And Grace Witten is on the serve, number 9, the senior setter. Looks like she got a nice little ace, mishandle by Norwood. Oh, that was a huge shot. That was almost like a baseball pitch. The way she stepped right into that one. Just wanted to contact it a little closer to her head area.
I mean, that ball, that was hit so powerful, the ball's going to need therapy after that one.
Without a doubt.
Wow.
Bounced right back into that net, unfortunately. And that gives the freshman setter for Norwood another chance to serve. Handled nicely by Grace. Allows Lindsay to set to Annie. And Norwood was able to receive it, but a really nice dive by Corinne in the back row. Annie with a big smash hit there. And again, the setter, freshman setter for Norwood with the smashing hit. Received nicely by Holliston. And again, another hit by the setter. I am loving seeing this. They rarely get chances for an attack hit. And both setters have been doing this all game. And that led to a little bit of an overhit, little underhand shot there by the Norwood outside hitter, or right, I think it was the outside hitter, went out of bounds, and that gives Annie Stevens another chance to hit.
The Holliston crowd, Holliston faithful really getting amped up here.
Nice serve by Annie, handled by Holliston, little roll shot. Number 4 on Norwood. Casey with a nice hit to the middle, but the middle hitter was right there. And again, another attack hit by the setter. Oh, mishandled, miscommunication. So unfortunately, Annie kind of received that, went out of bounds. Holliston wasn't ready to chase it, and we couldn't get it back onto the court. And that gives server number 4 for Norwood. Outside hitter, Maddie Lyons, one of the seniors. Another chance. Nice push over. Oh, again, the points are coming in droves by these setters for both teams. Grace is racking up the points, and the freshman Zoe Fleming is racking up the points for Norwood. That gives Maddie Lyons another chance to serve. And Grace sets Lindsay up very nicely. Looks like it just went out of bounds. That was really close to that line. She's got to find the court on those attack hits.
Yep, close one though.
All right. That was handled nicely by Lindsay. A little miscommunication, not knowing what Holliston was doing right there, but they were able to settle it. And Lindsay hits it on back over. Settled by Norwood. With a big right side hit, handled by Annie very nicely. Good pass by Autumn. So typically what's going to happen, Jesse, is if the setter is not near the play to pass the ball to the attack hitter, usually the second touch is going to go to the libero.
Yeah, okay.
So you'll see the libero become like the backup setter, basically.
All right.
But they can't play the front row, so you can't go over your head with one of those sets. They're going to bump it. And looks like Holliston's in a little bit of a rut right here, going down 5 points to 2 in the third set. So Holliston's definitely hoping to get this back on track and go away with this with a 3-0
Chris,
set
let me
win.
ask you, I mean, as someone who's been a volleyball coach and enthusiast for many years, if you're the coach in that huddle right there, what are you saying to your team at this point?
Relax. Relax. Like you said earlier, take deep breaths, settle it, do your job. And you got to attack them. I don't know if you notice on that one, not many hard hits on Holliston's side.
Right.
A lot of pushes, touches, bumps, free balls, they call those, send it back over to Norwood, and Norwood was able to hit it back at them. So eventually that's going to hurt you.
Right, right.
So you got to start attacking them. And that helps.
That helps.
Yep, helps stop the bleeding right there. Serve right into the net by senior Maddie Lyons. And that's going to give Lindsay a chance to continue her awesome serving for the night. Oh, really strong hit by Loriani from the middle, but that was handled by the libero. Went right on her belly to handle that attack. Again, the setter for Norwood sends it back over. Nice middle set for Grace. Mariani just sends a free ball over. And again, they are setting up their setter for attack hits. That's like part of their game plan.
Looks like it.
Oh, excellent hit by number 8 from Norwood. Brenna Forbes, one of their other outside hitters, who's only a sophomore. And I am not going to lie, Jesse, I remember her at the middle school. She was dominant as a 7th and 8th grader when we played them.
It certainly looks like the future of the Norwood volleyball team has got a lot of promise here.
You got a strong freshman as a setter, strong outside hitter. And again, Holliston's just hitting it out of bounds now, so down 7-3. They just got to settle this, reset, and start hitting that ball back over to Norwood for points. Nice receive there by Annie. And again, hit by Corinne. They're hoping for a touch on that, so Holliston was arguing for a touch, but referee didn't see it, and therefore that attack hit went out of bounds. So I don't know if you noticed the assistant coach for Norwood. She's giving numbers to the server, telling her which zone to go for.
Oh, I see that.
Excellent. And it was pretty effective for the first couple serves she had. And that was Isabella Morgan, one of the other seniors, as a middle hitter, who just hit that one out of bounds. Casey with the nice serve for Holliston. And that was a nice little joust by Luriani against their setter. And Luriani tags the corner line.
Beautiful there.
Right in the 5 zone.
Putting it where they aren't.
Yep. Really difficult to cover the 1 in the 5 zone. 1 is the zone that the servers usually serve from. And the 5 zone, okay, right opposite of that in that back row. If you can hit those lines and those corners, you're gonna win many games, many points.
Right you are.
Ooh, nice hit by the middle. That was an excellent hit. Oh, actually, that looked like that was number 8 again, Brenna Forbes. Again, as a sophomore, hitting it like that, pretty impressive. Actually, that might have been the middle there. Might have been the middle who hit that one. I missed who hit that one for Norwood. So she's got the serve. Looks like number 16, Sarah Randall, who's only a junior. And Randall receives that ball. Loriani just playing tap back and forth. Hit hard by the sophomore on Norwood. Gives Elsie a shot, who just sends it flying. So this has been a little bit of an issue for Holliston throughout the season, just hitting it too far, hitting it into the net. They were doing really good for a while there tonight, but they got to get back.
A little bit of lack of focus, it looks like.
Yep, just a little. They find themselves in a little bit of a hole here, down 5, down 6 now. Being down 5 to 11, so looks like Coach Bob might want to call another timeout, but no, looking like he wants them to play this out. And again, Annie was able to dig that. Oh, Holliston's bumping into each other and diving. Come on, there you go, Casey. Whoa, really great hustle. Total miscommunication on Holliston's side, which led to miscommunication on Norwood's side.
Yeah, a little back and forth.
3 of them looked right at each other on that and let it drop.
Yeah.
That's tough when each of you thinks the other one has it and they just let it drop.
That's right. We've all been there before.
Yeah, gives Holliston a chance. Elsie with the serve. This could be a chance for them to get right back into this game. And again, that sophomore smashing that ball over. Oh, again, miscommunication on Holliston's side there. Definitely got to clean this up a little bit. Oh, again, another nice serve by Brenna Forbes.
Timeout by Holliston.
Outside hitter. Yep. And again, coach just wants a nice, clean 3rd set, get over with this, and be done. Does not want this going to a 4th set because that's going to give Norwood more hope and going to make it more challenging.
Right, and it's still only 13-6. It's still very early here, so the momentum, it's time to shift that momentum back to Holliston's side here. Just got to get a couple points and stack them together and shift that momentum back on Holliston's side.
That's right, that's right. I noticed a lot of the girls, we asked them what their favorite book or novel was, and I believe 4 of them said The Hunger Games by Suzanne Collins.
That is a classic, not surprising, fantastic book for students.
So I do have a copy of that in my classroom, and it's often not in my classroom because I oftentimes have kids wanting to read it.
Yes.
So they take it as their independent reading book.
Absolutely.
And movies weren't bad also. A lot of times the books don't match the movies, movies don't match the books, and pretty good movie series
Yeah,
also.
I agree.
Needed that.
That we needed.
Sophomore from Norwood hit that one right out of bounds.
That gets the Holliston crowd right back into it there to make it 13-8 Norwood.
So the hope for Holliston is first to 15. Don't let Norwood score any 2 more points. Get up 15. And then send it home with the last few points. So Luriani, nice little dig there coming from the server spot. Lindsay tried to block that. Grace with the nice send over. She was kind of off balance there, so had to. Nice set for Lindsay, who taps it right into the block again. That has been one of Holliston's point-making machines today. Hit it into the block, have it drop right down in front of them.
Right.
Really difficult to handle those on the net. Another serve for Luriani, got that right over. And Norwood with a little tap shot. Lindsay wasn't quite ready for that. Tried to dive after it. Point for Norwood again. So that brings the score to 14-9. Norwood up. And Norwood's been able to keep it. That's 5 points. 5-point spread here. And libero, number 14, Hillary Medeiros with the serve. Annie with the hit, but unfortunately out of bounds. So again, they just got to clean it up. Looked really good in the first 2 sets. This one not as good.
Yeah, right you are.
And just getting into some bad habits, hitting the ball into the net and out of bounds, and not really receiving the ball with good passing. So Norwood's definitely stepped it up in this set, making Holliston work for every point. And there's another one right off the block. Went out of bounds. Norwood couldn't handle it, and Lindsay was able to get the attack point on that. So here comes Grace. She's got the favorite insect of the dragonfly. And her favorite color is not just pink, but light pink.
That's important.
Oh, look at her shoes. She's got pink shoes on.
That's right, rocking them.
Rocking the pink. Looks like Lindsay's rocking the pink too, and her favorite color is also pink. Nice little set by Grace to Annie. Gets it to the back row, pushes Norwood back again. And a nice little push shot. Lindsay was ready for it. Grace with a nice set. Annie with the tap over. Again, it's just kind of tapping back and forth. Casey, the beautiful attack.
Great point there,
great
setup.
side.
That was pretty to watch there, Chris.
Holliston needed that hit. A nice hard hit. Coach Bob is loving it. The bench is loving it.
Really a textbook setup right there.
And I'm noticing on the bench there, we have another senior from last year who graduated, freshman in college this year, Shay Aldridge. Came back to watch her team
great.
play.
Excellent, good for Shay.
And I got her little brother in class this year.
Awesome.
Got to teach her older brother also. Oh, Norwood just, he called a net on Holliston. Okay. I thought he was going to give that to Holliston, but he called a net. Looked like they were over the line, actually, so their feet stepped over the line in a dangerous position. So the point went to Norwood. Oh, nice receive by Autumn, but that went right to the middle, smashed it over. Casey, another strong hit. She's on fire in this set. Nice receive, takes a setter out. Casey with the set. Autumn saves that one. But again, we're just pushing it back and forth. And, that hit inbounds with the big push by the setter again, number 20. I wish I had a stat sheet here. She's got to have at least 10 attack points as a setter, which is unheard of in games. Nice server 2. Autumn with the receive. Sets it for Annie, and again, we're just pushing it back and forth, back and forth. Out of bounds, maybe? Yep.
Looked like it.
Yep. Wasn't sure if someone tipped that one or not, but referee didn't see that. And Norwood hit that one right out of bounds, giving Holliston the point back. Again, still full 5-point game, but Holliston's right in this, being down 12-17. 12-17. Annie with a nice float serve, right back to the libero for Norwood. Nice set, back set, and takes our setter out. So you notice the other team keeps attacking our setter, getting him out of system.
Yes.
And Casey was not able to get that one over the net after 2 really good attack hits over earlier. Nice serve by number 4 for Norwood. And Lindsay finds the back row. That was an excellent attack shot. Right in the back row. No one was there. Needed that. And that gives Lindsay the serve. She gets the attack point plus the chance to serve.
Starting to feel the tension build here, Chris.
Yep. And it's getting close. Almost nail biter time. And another miscommunication on the part of Holliston. Not sure. They're kind of questioning the referee for a call on that. Not sure what they were looking for. It's possible the hands went way over the net on that.
Maybe, yeah, maybe.
But point goes to Norwood. And another good serve by Brenna Forbes, a sophomore outside hitter for Norwood. Holliston receives it, sends it back over. Nice again, setter with the attack hits over. Another miscommunication by Holliston. Oh, they're just
putting it
hitting the corners.
They are.
Norwood
they
is
are
hitting
just
the
finding
corners.
the spaces where we're not tonight.
Yeah. So again, that one looks like it's open for Holliston. They gotta definitely cover that. Nice serve again by Maddie Lyons. Nope, Brenna Forbes, sorry about that. And Grace with the set to Luriani, just pushes it back to the setter. Takes the setter out though, which again gives her a chance to hit, but she got that. Freshman got it into the net on that one. Again, Holliston needed that. They were trying to creep back in this.
Scratching and clawing.
Down 6, down 14-20. Gives Casey a chance to get it back with a serve, right to the libero. And a little hit to the outside to Corinne, settles nicely, and nice little attack hit, but Norwood handles it. Casey with the pass to Grace with the set, back row hit by Annie. Again, this is going back and forth, and really good attack hit by Brenna Forbes again, the sophomore outside hitter. She can smash that ball. She was doing that back in 7th and 8th grade. It was quite impressive to watch.
Oh, yeah.
Not too many at the middle school who could do that. She's doing it as a sophomore on the varsity team.
Right.
Quite sure she made their varsity team last year.
Impressive.
As a freshman.
Impressive.
All right, Holliston was able to get that point back. And Elsley gets a chance to serve, again down 6, 15-21. Holliston's hoping to go on a nice little run here to end this third set well.
Great dig there by Norwood.
Yep. Luriani a little bit mistimed in that jump. Autumn with the nice receive. Again, right back to Luriani, who just taps it back over. And again, you tap it back over, they're going to hit it right back
at you. It's like they're
you.
finding those 90-degree corners there. Another good placement by Norwood.
Sometimes volleyball is a simple game. You pass it back to them, they're going to smash it back at you.
That's right.
And this gives us the sophomore Brenda Forbes another chance to serve. Handled nicely by Grace. Tried to be tricky with a little backwards set. Over. And again, Luriani just mistiming those jumps. Got to try it again. Nope. Annie with a nice little tap, trying to sneak with that one. Grace with another set to Luriani, and she got blocked on that one. And it came right back, and Holliston could not handle it. So this is not going well for the hometown Panthers.
Tough one, this one.
Yep.
23-15.
Yeah, never out of it. Just got to recommunicate. Again, another miscommunication, and they called a carry on that. Yeah. That was a great idea by the Norwood setter, who tried to swipe it over and hit that little
It's a nice
front
little
row
break
corner
there for Holliston.
But she kind of carried the ball a little bit. It seemed, again, their coaches for Norwood are arguing what that call was. And it just gives Holliston more life here.
That's right.
Down 16-23. And Luriani with a nice serve to the libero, pushes everybody back. So, all right, out of bounds again. Norwood's helping Holliston get back into this. Down 17-23. Loriani still on the serve. Nice serve by Loriani, handled by Norwood though. And again, nice overhand hit from the back row by the sophomore Norwood. Lets Annie come in and hit it. Dug out by the sophomore again for Norwood. And Grace sets up Lindsay, just taps it back. Nice settle by Elsley. That's a good spot in the back corner. And Norwood not able to handle it up in the front row. So Lindsay did a really nice job hitting that back 5 zone corner.
Yep, making Norwood work and have to make difficult choices.
That's what you gotta do. Make a move.
That's
Only
right,
down by 4.
That's right. Right back in it.
19-23. And Norwood with a nice attack hit there by the setter again. Annie finds the open spot. That was excellent. Just over the block.
Norwood with the timeout there to slow down some momentum that Holliston's building. 23-20, making a really strong comeback right now.
Mariani's on a nice little run here. And speaking of which, not sure if this is going to be the last set or not. Might have one more after this. Getting a little hungry. And looking at what some of these favorites are for the kids. Loriani, who's serving right now. Favorite food? Steak.
Love it. Love it.
Steak. I could go for a nice grilled steak right now.
Absolutely.
Grace Witten, favorite food for a meal. So I had to look this one up because I wasn't sure what it was. Chicken Marbella. You ever had that?
I don't think I have.
So Google it, look at images, and you will want to have it.
Sounds good.
Fantastic
I like that.
meal. I have not had that before. Let's see, Annie Stevens, okay, as far as her favorite food, she just said chicken. Not sure what kind.
I mean,
could be jerk chicken, could be plain chicken, could be breaded chicken, could be chicken fingers, chicken sticks. Who knows? And Lindsay with the food, her favorite food is pasta, just general pasta. Again,
love it.
Love it. A lot of choices for that. And Casey is a fan of sushi.
Love it.
Lastly, Autumn, beef stroganoff.
Great
Underrated meal for sure.
Yes, a classic.
Okay, so again, Holliston's a little out of system here, trying to settle it down. Nice set by Norwood. Holliston's able to handle that by Loriani, who then bumps it back over. And again, both teams look a little bit out of system here. Not quite sure what each side's doing. Annie with a nice hit again. Grace with an excellent dig on that block. Sent it back over. Was that Lindsay?
Impressive.
That was fantastic. Again, hit it right to the back row. Maybe that was Casey on that one. Kind of missed that one. I think it was Lindsay. Hit it right to the back row, and Norwood was not able to handle it.
Nope.
Gets him within 2 points. 2 points. Nice serve by Loriani. Hits it to the back row. Back row hit by a sophomore again for Norwood. Grace is Grace
spot right
definitely sent Lindsay in the wrong direction with not the best set. Lindsay recovered, hit a lefty shot all the way to the back row.
Absolute laser precision back there.
Norwood
Chris
could not handle it. That's
Could not
3
have
nice
walked
back
it
row
back
hits by Lindsay, and that is how you're going to get back into the game. Only down by 1 in the 3rd set.
Norwood has to be feeling a little bit of the pressure right now.
Yep, 22-23. Definitely some nerves going in here. I think this is the 2nd timeout by Norwood.
Yes.
Little quick timeouts. They want to get this game going. Holliston wants the momentum to keep going. And Loriani, let's keep it serving here. Nice serve by Loriani, again sending it right to the back row there. Pushing everything back for Norwood. At least not the strongest hit. Again, Lindsay again, she's targeting that back row with those hits. And Annie with a nice attack hit. makes Norwood have to send that over on the free ball. And Lindsay is just finding the zone.
Impressive. This is an impressive comeback, Chris.
This is definitely Lindsay's set here with the attacks in the back rows and sides. Gives Loriani another serve and ties the game up 23-all. So again, in volleyball, you have to win by 2 points. It'll keep going and going and going until somebody wins by 2 points in the set. Nice serve again by Loriani. Setter tries to be tricky there with that one, sending it back to Holliston. Lindsay with the little tap hit. Received by Norwood. Sets up Grace, who gets it to Annie. Right back to Norwood. Sends it back over. Ooh, looks like a nice little back set pass there by Grace. And Annie hits a nice spot. And Norwood just, again, if you notice, they're making a move on the court. Norwood is just going in the wrong directions. And Holliston is just sending them in spots that they're not. This lets Loriani.
Crowd is hyped right now, Chris.
On
you
the
feel
game
the energy.
Match point serve here for Loriani. And nice little serve back to the back row of Norwood. This is a good chance for Holliston again. Lindsay tries to get that game-winning point. Norwood receives it, but it's not.
Incredible.
That's tough. That's tough when it goes over like that.
That's not just a comeback, that's a Panther takeover there, Chris.
Without a doubt.
What an incredible comeback.
Such a good comeback. 25-23. And that is the way to take that third set for Holliston on senior night, with the seniors getting the last game-winning points and serves. So, just for some thank yous while we have a moment, we want to thank our crew working here today to help bring you this game, doing all the hard work behind the scenes. Making Jesse and I sound great. Are Bruce Guilfoy up top running the cameras. Thank you, Bruce. And Tom Harmon doing all the magic to put us on air live. Thank you both.
That's going to do it here tonight in Holliston. For Chris Perry, I'm Jesse Conant. Holliston wins 3-0. Thank you for watching the HCAT Sports Network. Good night, everyone. We'll see you next time.
Good night.